going to review writing and graphing equations of lines. It's a review. We did this, spent a lot of time in algebra last year. So we're going to review how to graph when they're in slope-intercept form, when they're in point-slope form, and then we're going to learn how to write the equations. So remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so if I was going to write an equation of a line with a slope of 1/3 and a y-intercept of 7, I'm just going to plug it into the general formula y equals mx plus b. So y is going to be 1/3 x minus 7. It's the simplest it's going to get today, folks. But I know you're thrilled to be back with algebra. All right, so let's graph this equation. This equation has a y-intercept of 4 or 0, 4, and it has a slope of negative 2/5. So I'm going to go down to up to 4 and graph my point, and then I'm going to go down to and to the right 5. Okay, if I go up in a positive direction 2, I've got to go back in the negative direction 5. And there are my points in my really straight line. All right, now to write an equation of a line through the points negative 3, 2, and negative 9, 2, the first thing I need to do is find the slope. So I'm going to slub that into the slope formula. Hopefully you remember it from last year. y2 minus y1 equals x2 minus x1. Okay, and when I sub in, I'm going to do 10 minus 2 over negative 9 minus a negative 3, which is going to give me 8 over negative 6, which is negative 4/3. And then I'm going to put it into y equals mx plus b. I'm going to take one point in the slope and put it in there. So I'm going to take the first point. My y value is 2, so I'm using this point right here. And that equals the slope, which is negative 4/3, times the x value of negative 3, and then plus b. And then we're going to solve for b. So 2 is going to equal, those are going to cancel. I'm going to get 4 plus b. If I subtract 2, b is equal to negative 2. So my equation, if I substitute in the slope and the y-intercept, is going to be negative 4/3 x minus 2. Okay. We also have the point slope form of a line, which is y2 minus y1 equals m times x2 minus x1, where m is the slope, and x2, y2, or x1, sorry, y1 are a point on that line. So let's write an equation of the line through the point negative 2, 4 with a slope of negative 3. So I'm going to use the point slope formula because that's what I have is a point and a slope. And I'm going to sub in what I know. I'm going to sub in this for x1 and y1. I'm going to sub in this for the slope. So y minus 4 equals negative 3 times x minus a negative 3, which of course is positive 3. So my equation is y minus 4 equals negative 3 times x plus 3. Okay. Now, if you wanted to manipulate it into slope-intercept form, you could, but if I'm not asking you for a particular form, then why bother? But I am going to refresh your memory about that just in case, okay? Like I said, if you're not given a form, I would leave it like this, but in order to put it into slope-intercept form, I'm going to distribute the negative 3, so I would get y minus 4 equals negative 3x minus 9. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. I'm going to get y equals negative 3x minus 5. So these are the same equations, just written in different forms. All right, now I've got to write an equation of the line passing through these 2 points. So I'm going to find the slope first using the formula, which I'm not going to repeat, and again, because my algebra class is taking a test on it right now. So 5 minus a negative 1 over 3 minus a negative 2 is going to give me 6/5 as a slope. And then I'm just going to put it into, I don't know, I'm going to pick the first point. It doesn't matter which one I use. So y2 minus y1 equals m times x2 minus x1. So y plus 1, because it's minus a negative, equals 6/5 times x plus 2, because it's minus a negative again. And there's your equation of your line. All right, if I'm going to graph this line in point slope form, m is 3, so our slope is 3, and our point is -2, +4, because it's always opposites. So I'm going to go to that point, -2, +4. Okay. I'm going to graph the point, and then I'm going to graph more points with my slope. If I go up 3, I'm going to go over 1, because 3 can be written as 3 over 1. If I go down 3, I'm going to go negative. So when I'm graphing with a negative slope, I use either positive, positive, or negative, negative. All right, so to recap, we have 2 different forms of the line. We have the slope-intercept form, where m is our slope, b is our y-intercept, and we have point slope form, where m is our slope, and x1, y1 is a point on a line. Have a math-tastic day.